up on the Stifel Snow Show, we are bringing you some of the brightest stars in snow sports. She is slaying the numbers game with, what's this, 6-7 slaloms. That's lights out amazing. 10-4 Mikaela Shiffrin, you're headed to Milan Cortina. Also, it's been nothing short of a wild ice derby. In cross-country skiing, the great Jessie Diggins has the star power to prove it. And para snowboard's Noah Elliott is kicking off the season with a bang. What a blast to have him join us today. Here we go, getting straight to the point. Welcome to this week's edition of the Stifel Snow Show, everybody. I'm Carolyn Mano. Glad you're with us. We've got the latest and greatest in skiing and snowboarding from around the globe. World Cup season is fire in the lead to Milan Cortina right now, and we've got a lot to report as the athletes start to heat up the action. So let's have a look at where members of the U.S. ski and snowboard team have been competing recently, starting in Landgraaf, Netherlands with para snowboard and cross country amongst the beautiful landscapes of Ruka, Finland. Then the secret's out. They are flipping for free ski action in Secret Garden, China. And it's home again for U.S. alpine athletes in Copper Mountain, Colorado. And that is where we begin. 'Tis a season of giving thanks for the winningest alpine skier and fans alike at the Stifel Copper Cup. It was the Edwards, Colorado native's first time racing in her home state since 2017, the clear favorite, having won her first two slaloms this World Cup season. With our Dan Hicks and Steve Perino on the call, Mikaela Shiffrin is our Stifel Star of the Week.
Mikaela Shiffrin is hearing it from these Colorado fans down at the bottom of the hill. They are looking for World Cup victory number 104. Shiffrin goes down in search of 3 in a row to start this latest World Cup season. Just on every gate.
There is such an efficiency to her style.
Shiffrin can hear from the crowd big time as she goes for another slalom win. And there's no doubt about it again. The Shiffrin slalom machine rolls on at Copper.
Just when you think she can't get better, she manages to do so. What a way to celebrate World Cup win 104. She is amazing. And for the first time since 2001, World Cup ski racing returning to Copper, Mikaela greeting fans for over 2 hours to thank them for bringing the energy needed to carry her through the course and on to Olympic qualification. Steve Perino and Peekaboo Street were on hand to bring it all into perspective.
So at 30 years old, Mikaela picks up her 67th slalom win. We know of all the disciplines that slalom, as you age, that's the one that wanes. And yet looking at her today, I'm looking at a skier that keeps getting better.
Yeah, she's so precise. She's so smooth. It's almost impossible to watch her skiing and go, what's she doing right? What's she doing wrong? And why? Right? I mean, you could put a tray of champagne glasses on her head and they wouldn't spill the whole way down the course. She's just so solid in the upper body. She's so efficient. Less is more, right? She puts her foot right in that rut, and then she never inclines more than she has to. She keeps her inside hip moving right down the fall line, turn to turn. Doesn't matter if it's a big sweeping turn on the pitch or if it's a straight flush on the flat.
Yeah, I mean, she's unflappable. Probably convenient if she brought the champagne to the finish and they didn't have to waste the
might as
bottle.
well, right? Exactly.
Speed's not necessarily a big deal until there's deceleration. And we saw Paula Moulton run into some serious deceleration in the giant slalom. She had a tough weekend. I was so impressed with how she came out of that crash in the giant slalom and showed up today. And I don't think we knew quite the kind of pain she was really in.
No, she didn't let on. She never does. She's not a complainer. So if you didn't know, you wouldn't know, right? You got to like pull it out of her. But no, she straight up got corkscrewed in the GS. And I mean, it just like cranked on her midsection and just whiplashed basically her organs, her rib cage. And it tweaked her shoulder and banged her elbow up too, right? So she was in a lot of pain. She was uncomfortable today. And I mean, my hat's off to her. I'm so inspired to see her come out. You know, she just keeps smiling and waving and ripping.
Unyielding grit from these athletes as the 2026 Winter Games approach. And such is the case for Norway's Alexander Amod Kilde, back after a grueling 685 days away from competition. The three-time Olympian, who's also Mikaela Shiffrin's fiancé, was severely injured in a crash during a downhill in Wengen in January of 2024. His return, emotional and a long time coming. Several surgeries. Over 97 weeks later, Kilda alongside Shiffrin, speaking with our Heather Cox.
Feels amazing being here now and actually having a good feeling on my skis and knowing that I could push even more. It's just 1 and 2 turns I could have done a little bit better, but I think my plan just really went well, and I'm super happy with everything right now. Having Mikaela in the finish is just a dream come true right now, and I've been working hard for this.
Alex, it was 2 years that you said felt like a lifetime. Through all the struggles and the setbacks, what mentality did it take to not give up?
I don't know. The easier way is to give up, I feel like. But also, that's not me. I fight because I love this life. I fight because I... Yeah.
Love this
All I gotta say is just have fun. You get to go to these
This is a tough one. But
Mikaela, how proud were you getting to watch Alex's return?
Yeah, I mean, it was a nerve-wracking day, and it's taken so much work from him, from his team, from everybody around him, a lot of patience, so much dedication. So to see him in the start gate was the greatest victory for all of us. It's just really hard to explain how much that takes. So I'm so proud.
yeah, and I'm so thankful for everybody that supported me throughout the way. I mean, Mikaela has been a rock for me and also a big inspiration, because without her, I would have easily given up and done something else. But I've seen how we could do it and how it should be done, and I would do it again if I had to.
Absolutely beautiful. The Stifel Snow Show is brought to you by the U.S. Army and 10th Mountain Division, proudly supporting the history of U.S. ski and snowboard. Be all you can be. Welcome back. Lauren Masuga, an alpine medal hopeful for the 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics, fell during a training run at Copper Mountain, and the 23-year-old speed specialist subsequently announced a season-ending right knee injury on social, with signature aplomb posting RIP ACL. Sadly, that means that she will not be able to compete at the upcoming games. And skiing is a family affair for the Masugas. Her dad commenting on social, crushed, but she'll be back. This kid is tough. Indeed, incredible lessons in resilience in these sports. It's everything for these athletes as we pick up in Ruka, Finland for cross country, where the reigning overall World Cup champ Jessie Diggins was poised to deliver a standout performance in the 20K skate mass start. Now, Diggins recently announced her retirement from competition after the season, saying it felt right in her heart. But we've got a long way to go until then, and a 20K is all about energy management, and Diggins carried out that strategy from the start. On the final demanding climb, she delivered her signature surge, saying she was hanging on by her fingertips at this point. The fans chanting "last one" for their glitter queen, and Diggins claiming her first World Cup podium of the season in second, the 80th of her career. Thanking her tech team was in order as well, and as is the tradition, leaving behind a smile and a star on the ceiling of the wax truck. Really good stuff from Jessie Diggins. The sky was the limit for free skier Troy Podmilsack in Secret Garden, China, and although he was the 2023 Big Air World Champ, a space remained unfilled for a World Cup victory trophy in his cabinet. And with a couple of epic tricks up his sleeve, that was about to change. Camaraderie and support at the top for the 21-year-old Park City, Utah native who launched himself into a Big Air win with a trick that he premiered at the 2023 World Championships. His right triple 2160 with a mute grab, 6 rotations if you are counting at home. Podmilsack calling the day unforgettable, saying thank you to everyone who helped me along the way. And his Nana commenting in a reply saying, so proud of you, Troy. You're the best. Love you, Nana. We love that too. Love a Nana comment. Good stuff. 2022 Beijing Olympian and teammate Mac Forehand, the only other U.S. athlete to progress to the finals, finished off the podium in 4th. So congratulations to him as well. And we caught up with Mac, who also has a passion for surfing, to talk fear factor, friendship, fun, and a whole lot more. Here's our Stifel Spotlight.
What's scarier, surfing or skiing?
Surfing. The ocean terrifies me, honestly. I don't even know what's underneath me when I'm in the water.
How do you overcome that?
Don't think about it. My name is Mac Forehand. I'm a free skier on the U.S. ski team, and I'm from Fairfield, Connecticut.
Oh, so technical. That is a big run.
I think my friends just motivate me. We all just fell in love with skiing so much when we were younger, and like our sport is so based around the involvement of having fun and having people around. No one wants to ski by themselves. And that ended up turning into competitions, but all our competitors from different countries and stuff, we're all good friends. We travel the world together and ski together all the time. We go to New Zealand every year in September for skiing, because it's the winter down there. But when the weather's bad, we just drive to the East Coast and just go surf for a couple days. I've been surfing seriously now for like 3 years, quite a bit. The reason why I love it so much is because it's so different from skiing. It takes a lot more like navigation of the ocean and waves and where to be, and it teaches patience. You just have to sit there for waves and the waves are coming in and out. I've always been able to push myself out of my comfort zone, so I think taking that from skiing and putting that into surfing has helped a lot. It kind of goes both ways. Surfing's really scary, waves can be big and scary, so it kind of teaches you to like take it head on, full force.
Full force indeed. And coming up, Paralympic powerhouse Noah Elliott joining us to talk all things snowboarding and second chances. Stay with us. We are less than 100 days out to the 2026 Paralympics, and in Landgraaf, Netherlands, the Toyota U.S. Para Snowboard team kicked off their World Cup season in banked slalom. The specific classifications that you see really provide a structure for Paralympic competition. And on the women's side, Kate Delson snagged a first and third in LL1, LL2. On the men's side, Zach Miller landed 2 third-place podiums in LL2, and St. Charles, Missouri's Noah Elliott celebrated back-to-back wins in LL1, something he's getting quite used to. The king of bank slalom joining us now. This past season's bank slalom and overall Crystal Globe winner, 2-time Paralympian. Noah, congratulations on all of your success. 10 straight banked slalom World Cup wins for you now, which is a streak dating back almost 3 years. What is the key for you in maintaining that level of success?
Oh my God, yeah, it's been such a roller coaster, and couldn't be more proud of my consistency and my performance. But every single competition is its own situation, it has its own rules, and it's trying to piece together the puzzle for when you arrive. And so I don't treat any competition the same, but actually coming off and having this big of consistency has been so breathtaking. And just kudos to my training, my performances. You know, it just shows I've been putting in the work on the dry land and also on snow, and to have it all paying off feels really, really good.
For people who aren't familiar with your story, you've called the Milan Cortina Paralympics your redemptive games. Tell us a little bit about why that is.
Absolutely. You know, going into 2022 was my second Paralympic Games, and I was feeling really strong and ready and just hoping to get another gold. You know, that was my goal. And so leading into that game on my residual leg, I ended up getting a really bad injury to where my femur bone actually ended up compound fracturing through my skin. And so I was not 100% at all. I was lucky enough to be able to have a group of terrific doctors and a wound care specialist that really was able to help me put down a plan so I could still try to go to the games and try to compete and give it a go. And so 100%, I went back after 2022, got surgery. My leg and body has never felt better. My results are proof of that. And so I'm more excited for this game because it is my redemption games. I'm ready to get gold. I'm so ready to get things going here.
A lot of people might not know you're a cancer survivor as well. You were watching the 2014 Sochi Paralympics from your hospital bed, and then your Paralympic journey started to manifest. And I wonder how meeting fellow Paralympian Brenna Huckabee also influenced that snowboarding path that you eventually got yourself on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so critical when we're talking about media coverage. And, you know, I was watching from the hospital bed, still going through my chemotherapy for cancer and finding out about the Paralympics, discovering what was possible with life with a disability, and being able to relate what I saw on TV to actually someone in front of me, Brenna, and meeting her and actually being like, wow, this is what life could look like past cancer, and having that friend and that resource to rely on when time came and I said, hey, look, I'm thinking about amputating my leg and I want to pursue this dream. What's life like as an amputee? How do I do this? And so she was a critical piece in my story of how to find out how to get into it, and also just learning how to, you know, deal with having an amputated limb. So very, very cool.
What's remarkable to me too, Noah, is just how the Paralympic movement continues to evolve. The technology evolves and gets better. You have the 3 Agitos, the Paralympic symbol, tattooed on your arm. When did you get that done? What do you think about, there it is, when you see it, and just how deeply meaningful that is to be a part of a movement that is just expanding with each Olympic cycle?
Yeah, I think a legacy comes down to something very simple, and it's just being a part of something bigger than ourselves. And, Paralympians, Olympians, we all get that chance when we're training and we qualify for the games, or even just being a hopeful and being a part of that community of your sport. And when you actually make it to the games, that is just the Hall of Fame moment, right? Where you're like, I finally made it.
And I know skateboarding was your first love. I mean, you've talked a lot about that and about wanting to follow in the path of somebody like Olympian Nyjah Huston at one point. How do your skills on that board translate to snow?
It's so funny because as a skateboarder, I've definitely had tons of inspiration from skateboarding, all kinds. Nyjah was a great one. There's just been so many characters that I've looked up to over the years that have pushed me towards trying to become a professional skateboarder in the early days. And all those micro adjustments of your feet on the board and all the body movements and everything that goes into riding a skateboard and being able to do it without falling did end up transferring over to my snowboarding, even though it's different. I'd say the biggest thing for me at first was getting used to having my feet strapped to the snowboard. That was challenging. But once I was able to get past that and, adjust my prosthetic leg to these settings, I got to learn to snowboard and fell in love with it. And then after that is when all the skateboarding and snowboarding things all kind of connected and meshed. And so, you can see it in my snowboarding. When you watch me ride, everyone tells me I have a super skateboardy, surfy style. So it's pretty cool.
I was just going to say style is a word that always comes to mind when you have a skateboarder who gets on the snow. And similar to Nyjah, you're now an ESPY winner as well. Congratulations to you winning for Best Athlete with a Disability. I mean, when you learned about that honor, what went through your mind?
Truly has been a bucket list item. I always said if I could retire with an ESPY, I would be a happy man. And so it looks like I'm already, checking that off the list. So really, really proud of that. And I got it in a special place at home.
You're retiring with an ESPY and a lot of other hardware, to your credit as well. You're well on your way to being a happy man. And I know something that makes you happy too is being a very proud girl dad to your daughter, Skylar. She saw you compete for the first time earlier this year in Steamboat. She called your crystal globe heavy, which we loved. And that's adorable. And it's how some people describe the responsibility of being a parent. I mean, have you thought about what it would mean to have her in Milan watching you?
It is seriously something I've always wanted to, have Skylar attend to and have my daughter with me for. And, it's always tough because the school year falls right in when we're competing. So it's always challenging trying to balance, family and work and competitions and everything in between. And so to have her at the Paralympic Games, I am so excited about it. I think it's going to bring a unique energy and vibrance to it. So it's definitely going to make me want to put on a bigger show, work harder, train harder, and be ready to have that big day with them, my full family.
That's wonderful, Noah. We wish you all the best. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. We look forward to watching you as you head towards 2026 Milan Cortina. We'll be right back. Thanks, Noah. Is it just us, or does the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Games opening ceremony on February 6th seem right around the corner? Today's Fast Facts featuring some of your favorite athletes who have already qualified for the Olympics, brought to you by iFit. Quinn Dellinger, Alex Ferreira, Red Gerard, Alex Hall, Jalen Koff, Chloe Kim, and of course, Mikaela Shiffrin, who says she is skiing the best she ever has as she races towards Italy. In the world of snow sports, if it isn't fun, did it even happen? Top 15 athletes at Copper drew their numbers at random to determine the order they skied the next day. The stars brought their full energy to the start number reveal, and the fans were loving it.
Copper, home! Copper, home! Here we go! These athletes are going to come out. They're going to pick a wooden block. Underneath is going to be their start number. What is it? What number? 15. Number 11. Give it up for USA Moon, Oh, lucky 13. Mikaela Shiffrin. And the winner is USA. Go USA. Go USA.
A great crowd. It's got to be fun if it's skiing and snowboarding, but these athletes also have serious business to do on the slopes. And if you've ever wondered what happens before the elite alpine skiers hit the slopes to compete, course slipping is a really important part of the process. And how cool to see the U.S. Army hard at work behind the scenes at Copper, preparing the slopes in the lead up to a push from the start. It's something that you will not see every day. Course inspection and prep, led by the U.S. Army's 10th Mountain Division. Their day job is navigating real no-fall zones at altitude, so handling a couple of ruts, some variable snow, that comes pretty naturally for these talented soldiers. Plus, this is the crew that helped launch American skiing in the first place. Many thanks to the 10th for keeping things smooth out there. And if you want to make your own history, the U.S. Army is a place to be all that you can be. Okay, it is World Cup rookie haircut time. This is awesome. We've got one athlete resurrecting a beloved ritual. You might have remembered some of these past styles that have elicited the ultimate inspo. Love seeing what athletes have done with their hair in years past. And Tanner Perkins keeping it patriotic yet identifiable. An NCAA racer at Montana State University. He found success last season, highlighted by multiple podiums in the NORAM and NCAA circuits. You got the flag, the bib number for the Crescent Butte, Colorado native, and the mustache a full send. We presume giving American mountain guy vibes, maybe? Very fun, dare we say, very on trend as well. All right, before we let you go, there is so much to watch ahead of the games, and we want to make sure that you are in the know. We have the Stifel Birds of Prey on deck in Beaver Creek, Colorado. The men's downhill, December 6th, 5 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Men's Super G, December 7th, 12:30 p.m., also on NBC. And the men's giant slalom run 2 is live on December 7th at 3 p.m. on CNBC. And of course, our next episode of the Stifel Snow Show. You don't want to miss that. That's Friday, December 12th at 6 p.m. on NBCSN. Saturday, December 13th, you can catch it at 2 p.m. on CNBC2. And you can always find us on Peacock and YouTube. We're so glad to have you with us today. That's it for this week's Stifel Snow Show. I'm Carolyn Manno. We'll see you next time. And until we do, enjoy the slopes and have a little bit of fun in the process. Bye for now.